rose that in yonder garden grows. Fair is the lily of the valley, clear as the water that flows from the Boyne, and my love is fairer than any. Down by Killarney's green woods where we strayed, my love and I, we did wander. The moon cast its rays on our locks of golden hair, swore we'd be true love forever. Red is the rose that in yonder garden grows. Fair is the lily of the valley, clear is the water that flows from the Boyne, and my love is fairer than any. Hey, thanks for turning into whatever you're turning into. Thanks for tuning into 15-Inch Cafe on this Saturday, whatever time zone you're in. I know a whole bunch of folks in the last couple weeks have added themselves as liking my page, following my page, and I really appreciate that. And I promise to get better at letting you know when these are going to happen. Not for the parting of my sister Kate, not for the grief of my mother, it's all for the loss of my bonny Irish lads. My heart is breaking forever. Red is the rose in yonder garden grows. Fair is the lily of the valley, clear is the water that flows from the Boyne, and my love is fairer than any. Take the high road and I'll take the low. I'll be in Scotland before you, and me and my true love will never meet again. The bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond. Now I heard the story that that verse is about the legend that when Scotsmen pass away, they go straight through the earth, back to where they're from, back to their home in Scotland. You take the high road and I'll take the low. I'll be in Scotland before you. Me and my true love will never meet again on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond. By yon bonny banks and by yon bonny brae, where the sun shines bright on the gloamin'. Me and my true love will never meet again on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond. Red is the rose in yonder garden grows. Fair is the lily of the valley, clear is the water that flows from the Boyne, and my love is fairer than any. Yeah, my love is fairer than any. So I grew up in Philadelphia, and around Philadelphia there's a lot of doo-wop groups, and they use those same chords, but they use them in a slightly different way, and this is a song you're probably familiar with. When I come home feeling tired and beat, I go up where the air is fresh and sweet. From the hustling crowd and all that rat race noise down in the street. At night the stars put on a show for free. And darling, you can share it all with me. I've been there in the middle of town, found a paradise that's problem-proof. And if this old world starts getting you down, there's room enough for two up on the roof. On the roof's the only place I know where you just have on the roof. Oh, baby, up on the roof. Oh, darling, up on the roof. This is the response song. When the sun beats down and burns the tar up on the roof, and your shoes get so hot you wish your tired feet were fireproof. Under the boardwalk, down by the sea, yeah, on a blanket with my baby, that's where I'll be. Under the boardwalk. I'm leaving that open so you sing it. Under the boardwalk, under the boardwalk, we'll be having some fun. Under the boardwalk, people walking above. Under the boardwalk, we'll be falling in love. Under the boardwalk, boardwalk. Up above you can hear the happy sounds of the carousel. You can almost taste the hot dogs and french fries they sell. Under the boardwalk, down by the sea, yeah, on a blanket with my baby, that's where I'll be. Under the boardwalk, out of the sun. Under the boardwalk, we'll be having some fun. Under the boardwalk, and people walking above. Under the boardwalk, we'll be falling in love. Under the boardwalk, boardwalk. Summertime. Now, some places people are watching this, probably summertime starting to come to an end. You're starting to feel it. I know I feel it because I was just been watching all this archival material of the Philly Folk Festival. It's always used to be held the fourth weekend in August, and that always felt like the end of summer, and now it's the third weekend in August, and still feels pretty close to the end of summer, but it's still beautiful there. So, there's lots of summer song. So I wanted to write one. Summer and the evening breeze, summertime doing as you please. Yeah, summer laughing on the run, summer with my own one. Yeah, summer when the night wind cools, summertime for children and fools. Yeah, summer laughing on the run, summer with my own one. Yeah, you might not get the love you want in winter or fall, when you're walking with your summer love, baby, that's when romance is the best of all. Yes, summer in the evening breeze, summertime in your old short sleeves. Yeah, summer, you know, nothing to be done. Summertime, time to have some fun. her own short sleeved dear summer, laughing on the run. Summer with my own one, yeah, summer in the hot, hot sun. Summer with your own one, yeah. Hey.
Julia is watching, as is Tor Eistad.
Hello, Tor. Hi, Julia. You know, it's been really nice. You know, it's a challenge to be used to being in front of people and with people. I'm sure it is for everybody, but particularly if that's part of your work and part of your satisfaction in life is bringing people some joy and some good times playing music. So to be able to, you know, use the technology and reach out to you, and for those of you who've been in the position to support in various ways, I sure appreciate it. Through the PayPal, that's been very nice to have a little something extra, because there ain't much coming in otherwise.
Julia and Tor both say hey back.
Hey, back. Where are you, Tor? Gonna do an Irish ballad. It's not a sad one. Well, it was one fine March morning, I bid New Orleans adieu. I had to run to Jackson Town, my fortune to renew. While cursed so far and money, no credit could I gain. And I fill my heart with a longing for the lakes upon Chicharrain. I stand on board of a railroad car beneath the morning sun. I round the rams till evening, then lay me down again. A stranger's there, not one friend to me, till the dark girl towards me came. And I fell in love with a Creole girl in the lakes upon Chicharrain. I said, my bonny Creole girl, my money here's no good. If it weren't for the alligators, I'd sleep out in the woods. You're welcome here, kind stranger, though our house is very plain. Sure we never turned a stranger out on lakes and ponds to train. She took me to her mommy's house and treated me quite well. While the hair upon her shoulders in jet black ringlets fell, to try to speak her beauty, I'm sure 'twould be in vain. So handsome was my Creole girl, and the lakes upon Chicharrain. So I asked her, would she marry me? She said that never could be, for she had got a lover, and he was far at sea. She said that she would wait for him, and true she would remain. And so I left my Creole girl on the lakes of Pontchartrain. So it's fare you well, my bonny old girl, I never will see you more. I'll ne'er forget your kindness in the cottage by the shore, and at each social gathering a flowing glass I'll drain, and I'll drink the health to the Creole girl on the lakes of Pontchartrain. At each social gathering a flowing glass I'll drain, and I'll drink the health to the Creole girl on the lakes of Pontchartrain.
Tammy Jones is watching with us now.
Hey. Let's see. So here's to all the educators out there. Whatever you're doing, however you're doing, hope you're doing well, dealing with all the changes. I'm sure you're bringing the best love and the best skill that you can. So one of the batteries in my guitar passed away just a little bit before we started the live stream, so I only have one pickup to work with, and that's the one that sounds like this. Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping, the cotton is high. Your dad is rich and your mama's good looking. Hush, little baby, don't you cry. That's on all this morning, you're gonna rise up singing. You're gonna spread your wings and take to the sky. You're that morning, nothing gonna harm you. With your mommy and daddy, they're standing. Summertime always makes me think of some wild times I've had. You know, summer kind of gets you out of the box when you live in a place where there's actually seasons, which we don't, but this happened one time when I was living in New Jersey. That's right, New Jersey. You think, hey, that's not a place where you have a lot of fun, but it actually was for us. We were living in a big old house, and we weren't paying rent. And so we had a fair amount of money to play around with, so we decided we were going to hitchhike up to Goddard College in Plainfield, Vermont. 3 of us, with 3 backpacks and 3 guitars. Didn't seem too hard. It was the mid-70s, so people were still hitchhiking then, being wild, following the footsteps of Jack Cassidy and Woody Guthrie and all that, which kind of how we fancied ourselves. So we started hitchhiking from New Jersey, mind you, around New York City, which is no mean feat. And then we were going up to New York, we were going up through New York Thruway, and this guy picked us up, and he was like one of the early conspiracy theorists. He would have done really well in Facebook because he had all kinds of conspiracy, including the conspiracy theory that the three of us with our backpacks and our guitars were working for the FBI. So as we were driving along, he just kicked us out of the car in the middle of nowhere, literally in the middle of nowhere, like 10 miles between each of the interchanges and nothing around us but pine trees and rocks. Luckily, somebody picked us up and found that was really funny and took us the rest of the way, all the way to Plainfield, Vermont, and we had a wonderful time up there. And then it came time to go back to New Jersey. And two of our girlfriends went to Goddard College, and so they decided they were going to hitchhike us with their backpacks. So that makes 5 people and 5 backpacks, 3 guitars. Now, one of our girlfriends had a dog that was part Pyrenees, part St. Bernard. He was 85 pounds. His name was Sagittarius, and he was precognitive. So if he was going to be trouble, then he would come and he would save whoever was going to have trouble out of the group. So we started hitchhiking, planning it out. We figured we'd start at 5 o'clock in the afternoon because that would give us 3 hours of daylight to get down to New Jersey, which was 6 hours away. Well, as you might suspect, we were someplace in northern Massachusetts sitting on a log at 11 o'clock at night. And we were not very happy with each other. Each of us thought the other one had caused this despicable situation. And were we going to break up, or were we going to stay together, or how were we going to do this? 5 people, 5 backpacks, 3 guitars, and an 85-pound dog. And then, 11 o'clock at night, here comes this car, big Ford Country Squire station wagon, which you could fit 20 of your friends in a grand piano and still have room to run around. The car stopped. And it was a woman who had left her family and decided to go camping for a month and a half. And she was on her way back to her family, and she had all her stuff inside the car. She stopped, picked us up, took all the stuff, and tied it on top of the car. And she was going down into Connecticut. So we got a ride from about 11 o'clock at night, I guess, a few hours, so it's maybe 2 or 3 in the morning, and I think we slept by the side of the road. And then we're hitchhiking, and out of nowhere, a laundry truck comes and stops and picks us up. Throws us in the back of the truck, takes us about 25 miles. So the 5 people, 5 backpacks, 3 guitars, and an 85-pound dog. In the back of a laundry truck. In rush hour, going into New York State. And then we made it around. I don't remember the next part, but then we were stuck at the intersection of Route 80 and the Garden State Parkway, which is a really good place to get arrested, or at the very least get a citation from the New Jersey State Police, who were very eager to admonish hitchhikers in a variety of ways, since there were so many of us around at that time. So we were pretty worried. Really hoping that we could get a ride. And all of a sudden, this guy comes over and stops and picks us up, and he has a gremlin. Now, I don't know if you know a gremlin, but a gremlin is basically like an oversized goldfish ball with 4 wheels. And we squeezed 5 people, 5 backpacks, 3 guitars, and an 85-pound dog inside of that gremlin. And he took us on home to Highland Park, New Jersey, where we had a wonderful lunch, and we had watermelon and everything, all those kind of things that you do in the summer. That's one of the stories I think about in the summer. What are your summer adventures? Summertime, and the living is easy. Your fish are jumping, and the cotton is. Your daddy's rich, and your mama's good looking. So hush, pretty baby, don't you cry. Thanks. Well, something completely different. If you got a request, let me know. I've just been going through an amazing archive. The Philadelphia Folk Festival, for their folk festival last week, virtual folk festival, made accessible 30 years of the Philadelphia Folk Festival, which is like John Prine, David Bromberg, Doc Watson, all kinds of people. And those people are who I really learned how to be a musician, how to be a raconteur. This is one of my raconteur songs. Well, you can take you and your little tykes from Chaco Canyon all the way up to Cheyenne. You might hear tell of a guy that's known in the hearts and the minds of the people, but he's less rarely, more rarely. Well, whatever. Hardly anybody ever sung a song about him, so I figured I'd give it a try. You see, he stewed his mama's hugs, lying on the living room rug, collecting lots of little bugs, the bug wrangler. He was down among the stems and reeds, wrangling up some centipedes, enticing them with guts and seeds. He's the bug wrangler. Well, he started out small and stayed that way. Yeah, he's gonna wrangle bugs till his dying day. You spell Bugwrangler. He wasn't afraid of their pins and needles. If he saw a bug he'd like, he'd wheedle up a singing a song sung by the Beatles. Bug Wrangler, get it? From Ecuador to El Paso and Beijing to Burkina Faso, with his magic tiny lasso, Bug Wrangler. He started out small and stayed that way. Gonna wrangle bugs till his dying day. Bugwra Angler. While other wranglers drank their beers to overcome their insect fears, they could only rustle steers, a bug wrangler. Wha-cha! Other wranglers, they would squirm and get OCD about catching germs. He'd be out collecting worms. He's the bug wrangler. He started out small and he stayed that way. Wha-cha! He's gonna wrangle bugs till his dying day. Wha-cha! Bugwra You can hear his name whispered down the canyon. Sitting on a bar stool in Yuma City. Now, if you've heard of a guy, or you saw a guy who was walking down in Yuma, Arizona, who's had a big old 10-gallon hat with an orange and black hat band. That hat band was made out of monarch butterflies, well trained by none other than the Bug Wrangler. We saw another guy who was walking down the street somewhere in Denver, and there seemed to be a long, undulating line of ever-shifting shadow following behind him. That was 10,000 ants trained by the Bug Wrangler. Now, if you know any of these stories, if you've seen any of these occurrences, if you know somebody who knows any of these stories, or heck, if you just want to make a few of them up, send them on in to us at insectcowboy.org. That's INSECTCOWBOY.org. It's a 501c3 dedicated to the proposition that more people should treat ungulates the way more people should treat insects the way most people treat ungulates. Wasn't afraid of their pens and needles. If he saw a bug he'd like, he'd wheedle up a singing song sung by the Beatles. Bug Wrangler. From Ecuador to El Paso and Beijing to Burkina Faso, with magic big tiny, that's a vulgar angler. Child, he started out small and stayed that way. Gonna bring bucks to his dying day. Bugwra, Ngler, Bugwra, Bugger Angler, Angler, Angler. Somewhere around here I've got a drink of water. Singing about the Wild West makes me feel kind of parched. There it is.
George Wilkinson is watching, as are Tilak Chetri and Kaoru Ryan.
Hi, Kaoru. George, thanks for tuning in. I know some of you folks I haven't seen for a while. We haven't been able to go out and have music. We had music for a little bit, and then it got chopped off. So we're trying to do what we can. Somehow this song is coming to my mind right now, so. Darkness has a hunger that's insatiable. Lightness has a call that's hard to hear. Wrap my fear around me like a blanket. Share my ship of safety till I sank it. I'm drowning on your shores. I went to the doctor, went to the mountain. I looked to the children. Drank from the fountain. There's more than one answer to these questions. Pointing me in a crooked line. Unless I seek my source for some definitive. Closer I am to find, yeah. Closer I am to find. I went to see the doctor of philosophy. Rasputin with a beard down to his knees. He never did marry or see a B-grade movie. He graded my performance, said he could see through me. I spent 4 days on tape to the higher mind. Got my paper and I was free. And then I went to the doctor, went to the mountains, yeah, went to the children. From the fountains, there's more than one answer to these questions, pointing me in a crooked line. Unless I seek my source for some definitive, closer I am to find, yeah, closer I am to find. about to look possibly a friend. I woke up with my headache like my head against a board. Quietest cloudy hours I'd been the night before, and I went in seeking clarity. Then I went to the doctor, I went to the mountain deer, I looked to the children, I drank from the fountain deer. We go to the Bible, we go to the workout, we read up for revival, we stand up for the lookout. There's more than an answer to these questions, one me in a crooked line, unless I seek my source for some definitive, closer I am to find, yeah, closer I am to find, yeah, closer I am to find, yeah. Thank you. Got a couple more tunes here. Do some of my stuff. When I wake up in the morning and the first breath cracks my mind, you are there at this day's dawning. Everywhere I look I find you. My eyes keep watching, my eyes keep watching you. Though you are not in my view, my love, my eyes keep watching you. When I'm standing on some mountain and waiting, looking for some ball of fire, gonna crack the skies in two. Young birds are flying, singing all around the sun, but to their inner eye it's true. Watching, the eyes keep watching you, but I'm not in my view, my love, the eyes keep watching. When I'm waiting at the hectic spinning day is through, you are there if this day is leaving. My mind revolves around, eyes keep watching, my eyes keep watching you. You are not in my view, my love, on watching you. Keep on watching you. Keep on watching you. Keep on watching you. You know they're gonna keep watching you. Yeah, keep watching. Lord, keep watching you. Yeah, to keep on watching. To keep on watching. To keep on watching you.
Lots of people like that one.
Oh, good. Glad you like that. Let's do something like that. So that song's not usually done that way, so that was a little bit of a surprise for me. So let's stay in that groove. The song goes out to my friend Tunji, and to somebody who never knew I was my friend and I didn't meet him, but Mr. Levon Helm. He brought many great smiles and much great music to the world. And this is a song that he had a part in. This is has the same name as a song that he had a part in writing. So kudos, credits there. It's like me, some French roast coffee. Yeah, I like to hear some electric mandolin. I used to like me, take some bitter tonic, mix it up with some fine strong gin. And then the day came, happens to everybody. And I never thought that I'd hear such news. Well, I fall down right on my knees, 'cause I know that I'll never see you on this earth in these shoes. Talking about the shape that I'm in, the shape that I'm in, the shape that I'm in since you're gone. Yeah, the shape I'm in, oh, the shape that I'm in. Yeah, the shape that I'm in since you're gone. I used to like me some better tiny. I'd mix it up so fine and hot. I used to like me some of my possessions. I can't stand anything I've got. I just feel empty, 'cause the shape that I'm in, oh, the shape that I'm in, oh, the shape that I'm in since you're gone. Oh, the shape I'm in, yes, the shape that I'm in. Oh, the shape I'm in since you're gone. You might be listening and thinking about, this song actually sounds like it's a song about losing something or somebody. Well, you're right about that. And sometimes you just gotta feel that. And then you gotta lift yourself up. One way you can do that is by singing. Oh, the shape that I'm in, the shape I'm in, the shape I'm in since you're gone. Pretty much the same thing again. Oh, the shape that I'm in, yes, the shape that I'm in. Oh, the shape I'm in since you're gone. No, some of you just getting it. Oh, the shape that I'm in. Oh, the shape that I'm in. Oh, the shape that I'm in since you're gone. since lockdown started. The shape I'm in, yeah, the shape I'm in since you gone. Now I reach up to the heavens. I wanna look into your eyes, and I know you're right beside me. Makes me wanna testify. Yes, about the shape that I'm in. Oh, the shape that I'm in. Oh, the shape that I'm in since you're gone. Whoa, yeah. Talking about the shape that I'm in. The shape that I'm in. Oh, the shape that I'm in since you gone. So I'm going to finish with a song that I often start with. This is a song about animals. And I know I go for a walk really early in the morning, so I get to see all the birds that are going away and the birds that are coming back. Here in Hawaii, we have a bird called a kalea, Pacific golden plover, and they just started coming back about 10 days ago from Alaska. And I'm out there walking around. I'm the only person, so it's just me and the birds, and so I get to have these little interactions with these amazing creatures, you know, little tiny thing that can fly 2,000 miles nonstop. So I think there's a solace, you know, a connection, something we can learn, something that can kind of bounce us along during this crazy time, like bunnies. And somebody in our family has a new puppy, and so this is to our animal friends. Thank you so much for being here. If you have the wherewithal and the desire is in your heart or in your pocketbook, and visit paypal.me. Please pass on the James B. McCarthy Performance page. Check out YouTube. I'm trying to post more things, more interesting things. And if you're a teacher, mccarthyscreative.com has some fun stuff on there. It's called Natural Man. Somewhere off the Antarctic coast, there's a penguin. He's just rolling in the ocean. He doesn't care about New York City or his problems with perpetual motion. He's cool as he needs to be. He doesn't need a fan. Got his tuxedo on, doesn't worry about a tan. Lord, he's just a natural man. Yeah, natural man. Way up in the Kenyan forest, there's a leopard swinging in the trees. Up on a Himalayan mountaintop, a Yeti, just as cool as can be, rolling down peaks to the edge of the ocean. He doesn't need a conceptual notion. Lord, he's just a natural man. Yeah, natural man. Way up in a Yellowstone Park, in the land of moose and geysers, a beaver smiles his smile for you, then he stops and sharpens his incisors. He's knocking down spruce and pines, that's the way he jams. He doesn't need no condo, he's swinging in the dam. Lord, he's just a natural man. Yeah, yeah, natural man. Yellowstone Park, there's Somewhere in a canyon forest there's a leopard that's swinging in the trees. Up on a Himalayan mountaintop, a Yeti, just as cool as can be. He's rolling down the peaks to the edge of the Ganges. He's humming a Dory tune and snapping his phalanges. He's just a natural man, yeah, yeah, natural man. You know that he is a natural man, yeah, yeah, natural man, natural man. He's just a natural man, yeah, yeah, he's just a natural man, yeah, yeah. He's a natural man, yeah, yeah, natural man. Thank you, folks. Thanks for being here. We'll tune in next week at 1 o'clock for 15 Inch Cafe. Also look forward to our special Kathmandu broadcast.